Hello, dear friends. I should make it clear that GSRS project does not ask for money from anyone, and that if anyone were to ask for money on its behalf, he or she would simply be a swindler. Opinion piece. Hard or soft disclosure? Lack of transparency. It's time to tell the truth. The people has a right to know. Two timelines have been separated. Partial or full declassification? Let's start. Disclosure can be hard or soft, like Christmas nougat. Strong or soft, decaffeinated or caffeinated, like pure coffee. I like my coffee black, strong and bitter, but others prefer to add milk to soften it. The first sip of coffee is bitter, like life. The second is sweet, like love, and the third is smooth, like death. To tell a prepared child what the stock is, we can start by talking about flowers, birds, and nature, or we can cut to the chase by talking about human beings' anatomy. The snowball of disclosure is rolling down the mountain and getting bigger every day. According to Kara of the Pleiades via James McConnell, disclosure itself is not far away, and it is already beginning. It started some time ago, and what is called a soft disclosure, but now it is becoming more important. Many more are stepping forward and sharing what they know, not being afraid to do so for any longer, because they know they are protected, because it is time for them to come forward and share. The government is not ready for that yet, but those who are working for the government are coming forward, and they will continue to come forward because it's time. The timelines have shifted or separated, and those who are moving through ascension are already on that timeline. There are more than two timelines, but the predominant timeline, that is the all three-dimensional timeline, is moving away from the light because they cannot withstand the truth that is presented. So they must move back into the darkness of their own being, just as others are moving forward into the light of their being. Trust the process. It moves forward, though at times it seems to move backwards. It seems that the negative issues are arising, and all must fall apart for the veil of the three-dimensional illusion to dissolve, and the new to emerge from that collapse. Definition. White disclosure and hard disclosure are terms used in the context of disclosure of classified information, especially in relation to the security and vulnerability of computer systems. White or white hat disclosure, also known as responsible disclosure, refers to when a computer security researcher or ethical hacker discovers a vulnerability in a system and provides information to the owners or developers of the system in a responsible and ethical manner. The purpose of white disclosure is to improve the security of the system by allowing the necessary steps to be taken to fix the vulnerability before it can be exploited by malicious individuals. In general, the security researcher reports the vulnerability privately and waits a reasonable period of time for it to be fixed before making it public. In the computer security community, the term full disclosure is used to refer to the practice of making public all details of a vulnerability, including its exploitation and how to fix it, without first notifying the owners or developers of the affected system. This form of disclosure can have negative implications as it exposes users of the system to potential attacks before any fixes are implemented. Most security researchers prefer to follow a responsible disclosure approach, also known as wide disclosure, where system owners are privately informed about the discovered vulnerability and given time to fix it before making it public. Declassification. In the disclosure of classified information for security reasons, the term soft disclosure is not used. Instead, the concept of soft disclosure or controlled disclosure is used to describe the process by which classified information is selectively shared with certain interested parties or within certain established limits. Soft disclosure involves the gradual and controlled disclosure of classified information, usually with the aim of sharing certain relevant details or aspects without compromising overall security or revealing the full sensitivity. This may involve removing or redacting certain sensitive or restricted details, while providing sufficient information to meet disclosure requirements or satisfy certain objectives. UFO disclosure. With regard to disclosure of UFO or UAP sightings, in recent years there have been an increase in the disclosure of videos and reports of sightings by government agencies, as well as by pilots and eyewitnesses. These reports have led to increased public interest and debate on the subject. In the context of disclosure of UFO sightings, different approaches have been applied. Some sighting reports have initially been shared on a confidential basis with the relevant authorities, such as government, defense, or investigative agencies, in order to assess and analyze the phenomena internally. Some of these reports have been released to the public in a controlled manner, after removing or redacting sensitive information related to military technology or classified intelligence. Hidden technology. In some cases, technologies or patents may be classified for reasons of national security or strategic interest. This means that information about such technologies is kept secret and not disclosed to the general public. These technologies may relate to defense, intelligence, or advanced technology matters. However, in certain circumstances, controlled or gradual disclosures of hidden technologies or classified patents may be made. This could involve selective release of information or disclosure of certain non-sensitive aspects or applications of the technology, while protecting critical or sensitive details. SETI News. According to James Gilliland, things are heating up. The sun is beating down. Human resonance is everywhere. Strange energy flows are entering the earth. UFOs are appearing and falling from the skies. Weather patterns are crazy and we live in exciting times. The max will fail soon. The worlds are moving further and further apart. Those on the upward spiral, who choose to live a spiritual life in service living in harmony with each other and with nature, those aligned with universal law, are manifesting that reality rapidly. Those who are on the downward spiral, choosing division, greed, self-serving, disempowering others who act outside of universal law, have their karma amplified and accelerated. Their world is collapsing. Nothing can remain hidden. Tyranny is not a specific frequency for the ascension of Earth or the incoming energies from higher dimensions. Planetary liberation is a multidimensional event. That is why the skies are filled with ships. No more concealment, for disclosure will come from the skies, not through the military or politicians. Things are moving so fast for some that it is difficult to keep up. There is a constant letting go of the past, trusting in the divine plan. Many have asked why it is taking so long. Now they are asking, how do I keep up? It's very important to be clear about where are you going, and what you want to experience. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Reset news. According to Max Seder, new remains scarce due to the crackdown on leaks, which is a good thing. No one knows the exact timing, but he doesn't think it will go beyond the BRICS launch in August. He believes the European banking meltdown is huge, and the US will follow shortly. Banks are equipping themselves and being trained. A lot of private wealth management firms are suddenly open up. Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, and BlackRock report profits. Someone walked into a wealth management location in California where they were building separate capitals and asked if that was for QFS. The bank manager replied, "Yes, we'll be doing foreign exchange stuff here, and we expect a lot of wealthy people." According to Puffness, there is a lot of talk about global prosperity funds and the coming golden age, and while there are many signs that these events are unavoidable, things are very quiet and we don't see action taking place. All it means is that we need to be a little more patient before these events take place. Engel Studios' The Sound of Freedom topped the box office on July 4th when the film hit theaters everywhere. Disney blocked the release of this film for 5 years and tried to block it permanently. Elon Musk warns of the emergence of an artificial superintelligence superior to any human being. That technology could arrive in 5 or 6 years, the Tycoon predicts. Economy. Nick Giambruno believes that money is a technology used to send value through time and space, and there is no need for government involvement in the monetary system. Bixwire says that all fiat will be destroyed, and silver will be the best asset standing. He adds that it is all for show and that the end game will come soon. Arcadia says that gold and silver have been used as money for thousands of years. Countries want their gold back as confidence falls. Russia says her foreign reserves make it the end of fair play, according to Philip Canlife. Russia will help BRICS turn to gold, says X22 report. According to Philip Pilkington, as a large number of banks wither away, the news is closing on credit market. The wave of defaults has not yet occurred, but everything suggests that the leaf could break at any moment. When does it all collapse? Markets are divided on this. Many institutions are positioning themselves for a recession, assuming that the bank run is just around the corner. The big question is whether the economy will recover from this recession. Sorja Faal says it could all come crashing down in the next few weeks. The Central Bank of Iraq sells $231 million. According to Goldilocks, the Gulf Business Council is forming alliances in the East for commercial and political aspirations. Several bilateral exchanges are being signed and trade relations are in local currencies. Increased demand for local currencies equals increased currency values in the East. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.